Designer diva, probably eating sleek Gucci, boutiques and high-end fashion stores. I don't need her, and she's the perfect passenger appliance. I just brought her here so she can ride as my diva. She could be my, she could be my.
Hi, I'm Miss Cat, and I'm here with Jazzy Jujubee today, showing all of y'all how to bleach knots on a lace wig closure. We have a lace wig closure here. This is a top piece. So you can make a middle part or a side part. As you can see, it's wet, wavy hair. And what we're doing is we're going to bleach the knots. Because if you look at a person's scalp when they're wearing this, you can see little small specks of brown, dark brown knots. So what we're going to do is I have a mixture of lightening powder in 40 volume. And what I'm going to do is apply the mixture to the back side of the lace wig or the lace closure. And you just gently apply the mixture up there, because what it's going to do is going to bleach the knots so that when a client is wearing this unit, it will look more natural.
Cat.
Yes, ma'am.
What volume should we use in the mixture? And
Sorry
exactly
about that. Yeah, the developer volume that we're going to use is 40, so that it will lift a lot quicker and a lot lighter. 40 is the best volume to use for this. And I'm just going around the unit just to try and get all these knots.
Does it matter if we bleach the lace?
Actually, it's not. This lightener mixture is not going to bleach the lace. All it's going to do is bleach the knots. The lace will stay the brown color that it is.
Okay. Now, as far as after it starts to turn, or really, you know, what is the process after you bleach? What's the next step?
After we apply this mixture, we'll let it sit, and then what we'll do is probably for about 10-15 minutes, and we'll do a check on it, and we'll probably check the corners, and we'll wipe it a little bit just to see right around the edges to see how light it has lifted, and just to get a few shades lighter is good enough, so that you don't see the dark brown dots on the knots.
And as far as shampooing and conditioning, what would you recommend?
A good brand, especially for this type of hair, what I recommend and what I've used on my clients is Cream of Nature. I love the Cream of Nature. It just makes the hair really soft. It's a conditioning shampoo. It makes the hair really soft, or you really don't have to use a conditioner unless you want to.
So after we do shampoo and conditioning, and as far as the bleaching the knots, you know, what are other things you recommend after? Because, you know, knowing that it's more prone now to shed, because as we're lifting it, it starts, as you said, it gets brittle.
Yes, it does. That's a good note. It will get brittle because the hair is being lifted. The chemical makeup of the hair is going to be lightened on the knots, so it will be more brittle and it will shed a little more. So what I recommend is to seal it. If you can find knot sealer, that's a good brand to use. Or what you can also use is clear nail polish. You can put clear nail polish after this is rinsed off, and you condition the hair. You go ahead and apply and let it air dry. You apply clear nail polish and let it air dry, and then it will help seal the knots so that it won't shed too excessively. And if you can't get your hand on knot sealer or clear nail polish, or like a spritz, a hard hairspray on this side only, you can use to seal the knots also. Alright, so what we're going to do is just let this sit for a little bit so it can lift, and then we'll check back with it.
Okay, so we'll be back in a minute to do the checking.
This closure that we were sitting here lightening and bleaching the knots, As you can see, it's starting to lift gradually, and it's turning into the next color on the color wheel, which is like a reddish brown. So it's still steadily lifting, but it's just a reddish color brown. And we'll probably let it sit for probably another 5 minutes and rinse it out after that, as you can see. You can see right there, the lightener's still lifting. Yeah, wow. So probably another 5 minutes and we'll rinse it out. Alright, we're back again, checking on the piece, on the closure. We're going to go ahead and rinse this lightener off, and then you'll be able to see what the scalp, the natural scalp, is going to look like once we rinse this lightener off. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the shampoo bowl and rinse this off. Natural scalp. No more knots. Okay, and that's basically the instruction of how to bleach knots. So you can go from a unit, any type of unit, whether basically rinse it off and condition the knots and the lace piece, and then rinse it out and let it air dry or put it under a dryer. And that's basically my instruction for bleaching knots. Thank you.